Good. Okay, we're open session again. Being on. For 10, approve the city manager review and consider a merit increase. We discussed your evaluation. Any just more discussion, questions?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move to approve the city manager annual evaluation as presented.
Motion by Council President Greisen to accept the employee evaluation. Any seconds?
Okay.
Second by Councilor McHugh. More discussion? All in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Can start off this
ahead.
conversation. Good evening, Council City, or Ashley Driscoll, City Attorney's Office. So the second part of the discussion tonight is a potential merit increase for City Manager Alex Rains. This is pursuant to her employment contract, the conclusion of her annual evaluation. The city takes under consideration potential merit increase. I've provided a number of pieces of information for you. One is a chart regarding the salaries for the city managers at your comparable entities. I have included population and number of employees. I received one on my way in today, and that's King City with 12 employees. I have also included a chart, and I should say because of the time of year, some of this information was everybody gets raises on July 1st, so pre and post COLA.
Mm.
So the city manager comp chart is post COLA, which means that it's the salaries as of July 1st, 2023, which includes a COLA that Alex received along with department heads. I also included a chart regarding the top paid employees in the city that is pre-COLA. So you'll notice that Alex's listed salary is about $6,000 less. The request is a 5% merit increase, which would bring Alex's annual salary up to just over 155.
Sorry, can you repeat? So the current figure for Alex is post COLA,
Post COLA,
July 1,
yes.
which is the, okay, 141.
So the
That's-
147 is the post COLA.
That's pretty cool what you're looking
Got it. Okay, perfect.
Mr. Mayor.
for. Yes.
So I was looking at this earlier and also compared to what the department heads are making, and it looks like there's, I had a little bit of confusion. I emailed Ashley and I can't even understand my own notes at this point, but I believe that there's about a $7,400 difference in between the department heads and the city manager. And I only bring that up because I know that one of the concerns is that we wanted to make sure that Alex stayed, above, a fairly, or not significant amount, but a reasonable amount above what the department heads were making. That makes sense. And then, as you said, with the 5% increase, with including the COLA, it brings her to $155,006.25. And if you look at the like cities as far as population goes, she's very, very, very close, within just a couple thousand what the population is. So all of that to say, I'm fine with the 5% increase.
Yes. I'm fine with it as well.
I do have a question about where we go from there, however, because I kind of did that 5% compounded it over 4 years. Say if that was the request for next year and the next year and the next year, that would put you close to like $180,000, which would be far outside. I mean, I'm not sure how quickly these other, city managers, get pay increases if it's also similar 5% range. But that would put us far outside of what the standard average is. So if we did 5% this year, could that impact potentially merit awards for future years?
I personally, I think it's up for evaluation and discussion every year. We certainly don't have to do 5% every year. I think it's on it as whatever's appropriate at that time type of thing. There's nothing that says if we approve 5% here today for this increase that she's gonna be eligible or it's a de facto, type thing for the future. That's my thought on it anyway. And then she's gonna have to top out at some point too, just like everybody else.
That was my question, is the salary range, if she gets over the high, does it just move the salary range then?
Salary range adjusts with the COLA as well.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
But tell you the truth, most city managers, most city employees are on a step system. So for their first 5 or 6 years with the city, they get both a merit increase or step increase and a COLA to a certain point. And then after that point, they just get COLAs. Now, a city manager is a special animal within the city personnel structure, and you get to make a decision every year. But it does make certain amount of sense for a new city manager to get the merit increases up to a certain level, and then you take a look at it on a year by year basis based on what you need to keep your city manager, if that's what you'd like.
I know with the teachers union, it's like 19 years of steps plus education, over and up.
Wouldn't that
My
be
wife's
nice?
topped out.
Well, how big are the steps though?
This tall.
And I mean, would you know at all, like, where the city managers that you put in this comparative list here, like where they fall in terms of, like, have they topped out?
So I can tell you that there's not a lot that have like established ranges, as you can see, like not a lot have an established range for city manager. It's set by contract each year. Um, so no, I can't tell you whether or not they're topped out. I think I provided some information about who's like a long-term city manager and who is new to the position.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to bring up, I don't know that it's entirely fair to compare like Hood River. So we're using that as a comparison city because it's the same size, but as was pointed out earlier, I mean, oversees twice the number of employees. So I don't know if comparing salary to a city manager of a city that has twice as many, is that
So the typical barometer you use is population size because that typically correlates to budget. And so you are looking at similar budgets. There's so many different, some cities provide a lot more services. Like City of Forest Grove provides, I think, the most services in the state of Oregon besides Ashland. Does that mean that that city manager should be paid more? There's many different points to look at. Population and location are the ones that are most common when choosing comparables.
I'm not trying to say go anywhere with that. I just objectively as a scientist, I like to compare.
I look at it as we're the same size as Hood River.
Objectively as a
So
scientist.
we're doing as many roads and septics and everything as Hood River, with half the amount of people. She's having to really stretch our
One way to look at
41
it.
people because we're doing just as much work with them.
Yeah, but it's somewhere like Hood River is also like a real tourist destination. So they have events every week. They have a lot more traffic. There's just a lot more going on. So, I mean, there's a good positive way to look at it there. But doing as much with half.
Yeah, is there a motion on the table? A couple,
I'm happy to make a motion if we can still discuss. Mr. Mayor,
yes.
I move the council approve a 5% increase for city councilor,
No,
or city manager. Wow, we're really off here.
Still not the hero.
I'm just gonna start completely over. So, Mr. Mayor, I move that council approve a 5% increase for city manager Rains.
Have a motion from Counselor Miller to approve a 5% merit increase for city manager Alexander Rains. Second.
Seconded.
Second by Counselor McHugh. Any more discussion?
Just to clarify, so for the record, this would be, she received a 4% COLA, correct? Just like the stat. So this would be a 9% increase for the year. Okay.
Is it a 5% on their pre-July 1 or 5% on the post-July?
I thought it was on the pre.
Yeah, I mean, I think typically they're done at the same time.
Yeah,
So it would
so-
be retroactive to July. Would it make it easier if it's retroactive to July 1st and then it's just on?
Right.
So is it accurate to say that her salary, considering both of those increases, will be about $155,006.25? Okay, thank you.
Any more discussion? All those in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Yeah, appreciate it very much.
I'll take this back again.
Something you need back.
Hey,
Eat this back. Okay.
all right, meeting adjourned.